Hey there, I'm live and I'm going to be completely bluntly honest. I had not planned to make any sort of video tonight on the channel. I was just going to make a short 5 or 6 minute long Patreon exclusive video talking about horror versus exploitation and the way that it's seen now as opposed to the way that it's seen back then. Hey, Alan. And I did. I made what I thought was an actually really cool video. And I went, hey nethead, and tried to upload it to my Patreon page. And it wouldn't upload, and it wouldn't upload. And I tried over and over again. I copied the URL. I tried all this type of stuff. And none of it worked. So what did I do? I deleted it and decided I'm going to make a live video right here, right now. And hopefully we can have some fun with it. So one of the questions that's been asked and been bandied about since the Vinegar Syndrome sale is some people were surprised that certain titles didn't do better than didn't do as well as they thought they were going to do. People were surprised that Candy Snatchers didn't do so well. They're surprised that the Angel Trilogy didn't completely sell out. And I personally was surprised that Vice Academy didn't break the under 500 mark before the sale ended. I'm a little bit disappointed in that actually, but I'm hoping that that's going to be something that's going to change. So why? Then I guess the best way to put it would this sell out automatically, even without this snazzy cover, or a thing like a Jack Frost or an Undertaker or one of those type of horror films sell out, or spookies, and a movie like this take forever to sell out? Well, that's a good question, but in order to kind of to dive into that, I love those, man. In order to dive into that, there's one thing that I got to mention. So this is going to be really, really surprising to everybody that watches my channel. I'm older, so yes, I know. Grasp the chair, the armchair there. So I remember the days of the VHS, or going to the video stores, whether you're going to get VHS or the Laserdisc days or the CED days. I remember all that stuff, man. Yes. But you know what else I remember too? That there was a little bit like stuff for everybody. There was like classics, there was a horror section. There's this little curtain area that a lot of people would try to sneak behind, or kind of slowly go around and then go behind. And if you're younger, you'd be wondering what's the mystery behind that amazing curtain. But by far and large, most of what kind of sold when you went down there, like if you had like the hardcore horror fans, or the people like the really kind of different stuff, like horror rented out. Horror rented a lot, and it rented like crazy right from the beginning. Now there was like a kind of a crossover there where you get a guy and his girlfriend, or a bunch of guys down there. Hey Carlito, and they'd go into to pick something up, and say one of them doesn't want to watch horror, but they can compromise on an action film, or if they're lucky, if the guy's really lucky, an exploitation film. Anyway, so here we are at a time where the video store is no longer there. When we go into a thing like a Black Friday sale or something like that, into a certain type of shop, or a certain kind of like virtual shop, like Vinegar Syndrome or the Stubborn site, a lot of people that are there are, they're there for a specific thing, or for specific type of film. A lot of them are the people that like me, would troll the horror sites to get all the cool stuff and the really weird stuff, and the stuff that that just had this really neat cover that you want to pick up, right? That's what they go for. Now there are some people that are going to be in there for the stuff that's behind the curtain, and then there's going to be a kind of a crossover mixture that are going to be there for the actiony stuff and the exploitation-y stuff as well. But since Vinegar Syndrome over the last 3 years has gotten known for their October package, which has been their Halloween package, their big deal package, and when that became huge, they started to roll out more horror. And because they did that, then the much like me having a live channel, you get kind of locked into certain things, and they become kind of your calling card. Scream Factory, like you think 80s horror, 80s and 90s horror with a bit of 70s thrown in. That's usually what you think with Scream Factory. Severin, you're going to get like some soundtracks, you're going to get some weird stuff, some Italian releases, that kind of thing. Shameless, you're going to get nudity and lots of Italian films. Arrow Video, you're going to get a weird mixture of a little bit of everything. With Arrow Academy, you're going to be touching on the Criterion level of stuff. With the Vinegar Syndrome, when they started out, there's a lot more people behind the curtain. And as they've grown over the years, you were starting to see horror become more prevalent. Now, does that mean that when somebody gets into Vinegar Syndrome's website, they're not going to like maybe, like go in for the horror, peek behind the curtain a bit, maybe dive over to a little bit of Savage Dawn, or or walk over to some Candy Snatchers to check that out, or to check out Vice Academy 1 to 3. I think so. I think eventually we will get there. Jordan Peele, I love Jordan Peele's work. I don't get why it's controversial, because he just makes fun films. In my not so humble opinion. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that, and that's my ramble on that anyway. I had a much more cohesive thought. I had a video and everything done up for it. It was really cool. I had props and all that type of stuff. But that, my friends, has been deleted. I'm not that excited about the movie. I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, Alan. Like a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I know there's a movie coming called Scoob, and the animation is kind of blah. It looks like they're trying to do a extended kind of Hanna-Barbera universe, or at least a Scooby universe. Obviously, they got Dick Dastardly as the villain in the film. It's no mystery behind this one. I really like the last voice of Shaggy, Matthew Lillard. And I'm really kind of not behind Will Forte as the voice of Shaggy. He does come across as Will Forte kind of doing the voice of Shaggy. Disconnected is a good film. But it's a good film. Well, there's a caveat to that. Disconnected is a regional horror film. Now you have to go into a regional horror film knowing what you're getting. They are regional horror films, and if you're not familiar, I have two of them. If you're not familiar with what a regional horror film is, it is a lower budgeted film, usually with primarily cast and crew from a certain area. Like say if the director is from Michigan or from Detroit or Las Vegas or something like that, it's primarily shot and acted with people from that area, and it's usually done on a lower budget. It often has kind of a grittier type of feel to it, a more like kind of grassroots feel. One of the most famous regional horror films of all time would probably be Night of the Living Dead, but obviously Disconnected is not Night of the Living Dead, though it is a really neat little film. The acting in it, like in a lot of regional horror films, it can be iffy at times. There is some of the set work is limited, and some of the cam work is kind of different. But I like some of the editing choices. I found that they were kind of unique. I do like the way that the story went, and it went in a way that at the end of it, I didn't expect. But I say check it out. Like Disconnect is definitely one to check out. What's my thoughts on Black Christmas 2019? Well, if anybody knows me, you'll know that Black Christmas 1974 is my favorite film of all time. Not my favorite horror film of all time, not my favorite slasher film of all time, not my favorite suspense film of all time. It's my favorite movie of all time. For me, that cannot be topped. It's the movie that made me fall in love with cinema in the first place. So what do I think the 2019 one? I think it's going to be fun. I don't think they're going to be trying to remake Black Christmas, and as in like they're going to try and best the original film. That I don't think that's what they're going with. I think it's going to be cheesy fun. It's going to be done at a PG-13. Some people are upset about PG-13. I think that's kind of silly. There's a lot of really good horror films that are done at PG-13, but that style of horror film that this is, kind of like an action cheesy type of horror film. Stop motion. Maybe there's one actually. I'm trying to think of it. I can't remember the name of it. but it doesn't really for what they're doing and from what I can see, like you can see a little, you can see way too much from the trailer. So my only problem with the new Black Christmas film is the trailer shows a lot, and if that gives away the whole like kind of the plot behind the film, that's a lot to give away. It's like the Superman 3 trailer, like just it just basically showed the whole film. I'm hoping there's a bit more to it than what they're showing. Like there's a couple of extra twists and turns. I like the idea and the concept behind the film. Now that like a lot of people are like, well, Black Christmas is this like super like hardcore R-rated like slasher film. Actually, if you take the phone calls at a Black Christmas, or you tone down the phone calls on Black Christmas, Black Christmas itself doesn't have enough like violence and horror in it to, or no nudity, to be rated anything above a PG-13 in the first place. Well, they do make new content. That's the thing. New content is out there, but at the end of the day, here's the thing. Here's the rub of it all. People complain that there's no new content that's out there being made. When Jordan Peele comes out with a new film, or say a movie like Midsummer comes out, or something like that, there's people that'll go to it. They'll flock to it, but not as much. Even Jordan Peele, who's gone into just in a couple of horror films, and it's kind of like really trying to earnestly make them, gets a lot of flack. But that's the thing, and not everybody's going to like everything. When it comes to a reboot or a remake or a sequel or something like that, the way that a lot of studios see it is they've got a built-in audience. They do sometimes. More like I've had recently, like I saw, like I had a couple like things thrown into my last package, like the Black Friday thing and all that. So like the movies are out there. It's just that if you want to see more original content, buy and go to the theater for more original content. That's at the end of the day, the 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 money, the pocketbook, is what's going to determine what people go out and see. Like Alan just mentioned a shark movie, because Sharknado became really popular, baffling about everybody. A million shark movies came out. When Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Michael Bay like remake of the film, did really really well, a ton of reboots and remakes kind of followed after that. It's it's kind of par for the course with Hollywood. Back in the '80s, when blockbusters were what was selling, and we'd make there would be like the Back to the Futures that were coming out every year, and the Indiana Jones films. And at the time, people were saying, there's a lot of people that were saying, "Oh my God, this is the end of Hollywood. There's no original stuff. Everything's a blockbuster. Everything's a special effects film or an event film. Nobody's putting out any real films anymore." Yeah, if you look back at that time period now, you're going to see a lot of real films that came out during that period. People were bemoaning the '80s for like killing off the independent cinema of the 1970s. It was still there, and you'll see now there's a ton of it that's out there. As this decade passes, we're all going into the 2020s now. You're going to see like kind of a look back at that, and some of the stuff, the remakes aren't going to stand the test of time. Some of them are. But the real films that are going to stand the test of time are the films films like The Get Outs and stuff like that, that just manage to get people excited. Do I collect a lot of new horror films? I really don't. I should collect more, but I do like new horror films. I do watch. I do watch some. I'm waiting to get like an uncut copy of Midsummer actually. Uh, last newer horror film I saw was Satanic Panic, which I thought was hilariously fun. When Better Watch Out came out on Blu-ray, I was one of the first people to buy that, and I love that film. There's a ton of like really good original, semi-original horror that comes out, and also comes on the streaming services like Shudder and Netflix as well. So it's still out there. We just may have to look for a little bit more, and the average Marvel or DC film is obviously going to get publicized more. The Blumhouse work, because they're known now. Like even the good stuff, like the like if you like Insidious and stuff like that, or the bad stuff, like Bye Bye Man, they're gonna get like good or bad, they're gonna get like more publicity because it's a known studio, and that's what we're getting now with when it comes to the two movies like Black Christmas. Is it going to be a great movie? I don't know. I haven't seen Black Christmas. Do I think it's going to be fun? It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like basically kind of like a Get Out type of thing where you got these like survival type people like taking on bad guys, and it's going to be a kick-ass kind of an amalgamation. I think of horror and action is what we're going to get with this type of film, and I don't think we should be expecting anything else from that. Already from the trailers alone, I'll tell you one thing: I'm more interested in seeing this than I am in seeing the train wreck that was the Black Xmas. That, my friends, was a horrible, horrible film. I do find myself able to watch it more now than I could originally, but make no bones about it. Hey Ryan, welcome to the Call of Cinema. I It's a horrible film. It's just it's got a good cast, and I'm able to watch it, despite the horribleness of Black Xmas. So if there's no yellow jaundiced killer that was like raped by his mom and basically had a sister who's a second killer in the film, already I'm loving it. Already I'm. What was it? The kid Ralphie. Well, when I think of Ralphie, I think of A Christmas Story, which is Bob Clark. It's not a horror film, though. But I'm not. I don't think that's what you're talking about. You shoot your eye out. I gotta say, I'm very disappointed that I couldn't get the video loaded up tonight. They made a version of Black Christmas in 2006. We can forget that though. Oh, it's a horror movie. I don't remember. Actually, I got it here. I think you're talking about the Scream Factory one that they put out early on with Paula Matt in it. I don't remember the name right now, but I own it, and it's a really good movie, so I do recommend it. I'll remember the name in a while. I'm thinking of the new Black Christmas as a palate cleanser from the 2006 Black Christmas. So I'm perfectly fine with another Black Christmas. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. No matter how many remakes of Friday the 13th or Black Christmas or Halloween or whatever they make, the original films they're still there. Nothing stops them. A new Black Christmas movie does not take away the impact or make the other Black Christmas disappear at all. If anything, it's going to heighten the awareness of the film, and for that reason, I'm okay. I would love Trick or Treat too. Now, I've never got that either. I mean, like, Shadows. It's kind of silly. Like, I really don't like, and I will admit right out, I am in a vast minority of people that was not a huge fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, which by far and large has a enormous following, and the people that are like it are like up here, like in like level, and the people that don't like it are down here, and I'm the down here part. Now that being said, that doesn't change the fact that there's still Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974, and or my thoughts on that, or one didn't skew the other. Now, I just got a little bit more bored with the newer one. I miss the family, and I understand the reason why they didn't do it, but I still miss the family. I missed the Hitchhiker. I wanted to do a breakdown of that film for a while, or like both of them, like kind of. I think it was it Boots to Reboots? The guy who does Boots to Reboots? Yeah, the Jessica Biel one. I actually liked the beginning a bit better than I liked the remake, to be totally honest with you. and I've talked about it down here a lot of times. Hey, 13 Wolfman. But I'm like, well, me and you are in the minority, and I'm okay with being a minority on, on that type of thing because it's cool. Or a movie called Mom. That's a wow. That's kind of taking me back. Uh, you, isn't that a '90s film? It's been a while since I've seen that one, aren't they? I think they're putting it out again, actually. God, I barely remember it. I remember like the VHS cover of it. The old lady and the kind of like the eye things ripped. Hey, Dave, welcome. I remember liking it, but for the life of me, I wouldn't be able to tell you like 1 second or out of the film. I just remember the feeling that I got from picking up the VHS and saying, "Oh, this sounds kind of cool." Which was, I remember picking it up and like it was like right next to like what was it at the time? Maybe Rabbit Grannies or something like that. It was a trauma film, by the way. That that's okay. Well, the conundrum I talked about earlier, and I don't think people are too interested in it, but it was basically the whole idea that horror is doing better right now than like for companies, especially Vinegar Syndrome, than action or exploitation. Like the spookies sold out like a lot quicker than something like Candy Snatchers or things like that. I love Michael Keaton. And basically, I said that we're at a point now where the niche has taken over the pocketbook. I love the Hills of Ice reboot. There's an underrated reboot for you. Now, the Hills of Ice 2, not so much. The original and the remake, I was not big into both. I got to watch them both again. At least the Hills of Ice 2 original had some really cool character actors in it that I liked. Only person I can remember from the Hills of Ice 2 and the remake one is I think Derek Mears. I think Derek Mears was in that. But even he has to do stuff. It's not the best. Horror is a bona fide seller. And the people that love films, that went to the video store every day, that like kind of like stuck near that like horror aisle. Hey, Mug, welcome. Those are the people that are now pretty much running the show when it comes to like collecting films. Look at the movies that are right there. Look at the stuff that with a lot of the fanfare behind it. Clamshell VHS, I love them. My favorite though, Alan, in the VHS, you mentioned clamshell VHS. What my take on that was. My favorite, because they remind me of Disney. When I think the clamshell, I think of Disney or the Prism VHS that came out back in the day. But my favorite VHS are those big oversized boxes, and I don't have one of them. I wish I did. Like the thriller videos and the adventure videos that came out, like the Elvira's and the Sybil Danning ones that came out back in the day. If you're old enough to remember those, then like kudos to you. I remember picking up Dream Maniac, which had a huge freaking box, and it's a horrible film, but I loved it. That's the Blumhouse way. Make them cheap, make a bunch of money. You got a washing machine, did you? Nice. Are we talking about a washing machine? Or are we talking about like the actual Diodato washing machine? Oversized boxes were amazing. And it's so cool to me to this very day to like go somewhere. I don't have Stranger Things actually, though I do. I've watched it. All right. And just like go like where they'll have like some VHS and like to find like something weirds or like some thriller videos or something like. There's nothing like that kind of nostalgically takes me back more than that. And I utterly love it. I adore those type of films. And if I were to find any here, I would definitely, even though eventually one of these days I'm moving, my better half is saying don't buy any more VHS because they're going to be heavy to carry, especially bringing them over to Morocco. Then I would have to get that. Baby Yoda rocks. My thoughts on Baby Yoda are Baby Yoda rocks. of course, his name's not Baby Yoda because Yoda's already gone at this point in time. But still, the character, whoever of the child, I guess we'll call him. Well, Baby Yoda because there's no other name for him. Rocks. No, no. See, the Mandalorian is set after the uh, the Empire's fallen. So at this point, like Yoda would be gone, be passed on. But so this is like probably the third of that species. It's an unnamed species. So Yoda's character is an unnamed. We don't know the name of the species, but we've only seen two of them so far in the films, and this is the first time seeing a young one, like a relatively young one. Here's Gremlin. It's not a gremlin. People keep saying that, like, oh, this looks just like a Mogwai. Actually, well, kind of, but if you take the Yoda character and you age the character down to like into like a baby form, that's exactly what it would look like. So, and again, voiced by Frank Oz. Hey, Kathy, welcome. Somebody asked a question here in my last video that you have been able to answer. I can't remember what it is, but it's about a movie. I think it was Beleath that you got, and I was saying I haven't seen it, I don't have it, but I think you saw it, and you'd be able to answer if it was any good or not because I didn't know. So if that person is in here now and they want to re-ask that question, Kathy has the films. I don't, so she might know. Yeah, did we see more than one though? Like I remember, like the one, like the female one, and I remember Yoda, of course, the big like scene going all over the place. And now this is the third one, but I don't remember any others. I'd have to go back and watch. It's been a long time since I've seen the prequels. I was not a huge fan of the prequels. I don't think they're made for me as much as the newer films are. I like the newer films. I'm a I'm a big geek. I like Star Wars stuff like that. Yaddle, yes, that's the name. You're good, William. Mark Damon was in that one. Maybe I should have. I like Mark Damon. I hate this fact that he's like Solo. It didn't do that well, I don't think. So I doubt they're going to make a sequel of it. If they do, it'll probably be something that'll go straight to Netflix or something like that. More than likely, if like for Ghost in the Shell, what you're going to see is maybe like a TV series down the road. Because all the franchises and like possibilities that are out there right now, like with the more streaming services that are out there, the more they're going to be trying to like latch on to like different franchises, film franchises, and like things that they can probably make to like an ongoing series or a limited edition, a limited series, kind of like what Amazon did with Lord of the Rings, or Netflix would do did with stuff like the Nickelodeon programs, or Disney is going to do with Star Wars. So you may eventually see stuff like that. I don't think I've seen it, like 13 Wolfman. I think my better half, she saw it, but I don't think that I've actually seen the live action film. I think I saw part of it when she was watching it, but I didn't see much of it. Ip Man has a TV series? That's pretty cool. I didn't know. I only saw like, I know there's 3 films, but I did not know that Ip Man had a TV series. I do apologize for the randomness of this video, but I'm glad I'm making it, but it came out of pure frustration from trying to do a Patreon video and having it not be able to upload. Well, for me, Ghost in the Shell is always going to be the anime. So, but it's nice that they're doing like live action versions of things, even if I don't always like them. I'm looking at you, Death Note. What the hell were you thinking? You have a favorite live action anime film? I'm trying to think. Do you want to know a live action anime film that I like? This is going to give me some crap on here. So, thanks for asking that question. But Fist of the North Star. I liked Fist of the North Star. That was a pretty cool one. So that one stands out. I actually have that on VHS here with Mark Dacascos. Speed Racer live action is underrated. A lot of people really hate on that one. Best Race of the Year, Evil Town. Dude, you haven't got your Angel trilogy yet, so that may be my release of the year. That's cool. I mean, like, did you go back and watch it afterwards? Because definitely, you haven't seen it. It's worth checking into. What do you think of live action Disney films? I'm not a huge fan. They're not made for me, though. They're made for kids. They're not. They're the animated films that came out, like that was my age demographic, or like when my kids were growing up. I got kind of got the emotional nostalgia for those. But a lot of the newer like the Disney films are not really made for me. Um, but I do watch a lot of stuff. Oh, I own the complete Red Green, so I do watch Red Green. I own the complete Red Green series. I'm excited about the James Bond trailer. I just hope they don't show too much, Carlito, because I'm interested in that. But now that being said, I do watch a few like Disney films. I like Disney animated films, and I like Disney musical films. I've seen all of the and here, and I'm gonna be honest. I saw all those like High School Musical things and Camp Rock things, especially High School Musical stuff, because I'm a Grease fan, and it's obvious from any people can like whatever they want about the make fun of like those films, but a lot of those people that were making fun of those films, some movies like Grease and Grease too, and it is blatantly obvious that High School Musical, although a bit like kidified down, was meant to be a Grease sequel. I have all the Red Green. Oh, I definitely agree with. Now, one thing I did watch in Disney Plus, I couldn't sleep one night and I wanted to watch a movie, and I'm a huge fan of like this movie called Freaky Friday with and I actually like the remake of Freaky Friday. Grease 2 is my favorite, actually, the two of them. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? I loved Jodie Foster right on, and in the sequel it was Lindsay Lohan, right? Like the remake was Lindsay Lohan. Anyway, so apparently I was unaware. I'll let you know in a second, pleb, that they made a third Freaky Friday, and I turned it on to watch on Disney Plus, and it's going like pretty standard, and it's more recent, like 2018 apparently. Excellent, Kathy. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Um, it was a musical. It's like a full-on like musical, like more so, even more so than High School Musical's musical. Freaky Friday 2018 is a full-blown musical, and I enjoyed it. It surprised the hell out of me, but I really enjoyed it. The people that were singing, yeah, they had some pipes on them. All right, so what did I get from Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday sale? So you weren't here for last videos, obviously. Yeah, sometimes you just want a movie that's just, you can just shut off your brain, have some fun. And that was a fun film. There's not a lot to it, it's pretty surface level, but still I enjoyed it for what it was. I got the, and they're my Christmas presents, pleb, so I can't even get to see them till then. I got the Angel Trilogy, Voice Academy 1 to 3, Savage Dawn, and the Spookies. So those were the 4 that I got. I did see the Black Widow trailer, Carly's Way, and I loved it. I was unsure how the Black Widow movie was going to be, and I love the fact that they had a. It's very ambiguous as to the time period that it's completely set in. It's very ambiguous, which makes me wonder, is Black Widow coming back? Maybe. Savage Island was one of the new VSAs. Basically, it's a cool little film, and it stars Lance Henriksen, William Forsythe. Got a cameo by Elizabeth Caton. We got George Kennedy. And, oh, God, so many people in this film. How old is she? How old is she in the film, you mean? No, she's Scarlett Johansson age in the film, but I guess, like this show, Richard Wise is in it, by the way. And David Harbour is in the film as well, and he's pretty awesome, actually. He was kind of a standout in the trailer, and I like Richard Wise and everything. Oh no, Savage Dawn, not at all. Savage Dawn is one that is probably out of all the films that I'm getting, is the one that Hin will watch. You've never seen Savage Dawn, I'm guessing. Okay. No, yeah, I kind of wonder if it's like, it looks like it's set before, like, she comes boy like with the Avengers and that. But it's definitely a intriguing, not to say the least. Oh, Scarlet is definitely ageless. Hmm. That's the Civil War before Endgame, right? Is there anything coming up with that? Because I'm in the loop. Someone. You what? Uh, Sandra, I don't know. I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't follow which channel. But I would be. I I try to stay out of the drama aspect of it. Um, Thank you. Actually, I don't know. But if somebody did, and I know who it would be, that person would be that would be a sorry person. But I'll try. I'll sidestep it and hope that like nothing more comes of that. I didn't know that the channel's still there. To be honest with you, I don't keep up with all that stuff. But thank you for thinking of me, though. I really appreciate that. The Man Without a Memory. Actually, no, I didn't. I don't know if I've seen that yellow. I can't because I know that if I look at it, it's probably gonna upset me, and I'm just gonna ignore it because for the obvious reasons. I'm like a dad. I'm a super protective dad, so that would be not a good thing for me. Cats. Cats looks weird. I felt like I was a guy that had a channel back when I was starting my videos. I didn't think he was still making videos now. Actually, he had a channel, then he had another channel. We used to talk actually for a bit. There was like a bunch of us that were on here that would converse back in the day, and it's hard to get into. But let's just say I kind of had to like just step out of a whole what became kind of a toxic environment for me, and I almost like quit making YouTube videos because I just didn't want to be into like any drama stuff or any of that. So when I came to did my channel finally, I decided that I wanted to just do just videos about movies and stuff like that. When I kind of came out, when I started my channel doing this whole live thing, this was like a relaunch for my channel completely, and it was the kind of the purge, like anything that I'd gone on before, that I just had to stay away from. 13 Wolfman knows a bit about like what I'm talking about. He was around back in the day for that type of stuff. You've been around for a while, 13 Wolfman. I don't know. I really like, to be honest with you. Uh, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Ricky. I'm gonna check that out. I'm kind of curious about that. I love when I'm introduced to a film that I don't know. Well, I think the new YouTube rules, they suck. I mean, I understand it. I understand what they're trying to do, but it it opens up different. It opens up doors that are really hard to close. Much like when you know said, okay, I'm really scared. I'm going to give you some liberties so that I can feel a bit more comfortable. Um, hey, Amy, welcome. Right now it's YouTube, but it's going to be hard. I mean, like I had to go back and I take all my videos, and I had to go on like no, not for kids, not for kids, not for kids, not for kids, because my channel isn't like a, I have animated stuff on here and stuff like that, but like I talk about animation, but I don't have a channel. It's not a kids channel, and what it does basically, it tells us like okay, you got to mark all your videos, that type of thing. So I did all that. It took me a whole like few hours to do that because I got over 2,000 videos. And they said, oh, by the way, do you know the consequence of that? It's going to it's going to lower your revenues, like that you can make. Okay, um, that's that's why I kind of leaned into like the Patreon thing, and I'm thinking about doing some other stuff. Uh, Maybe eventually, trying to do the whole partnering with like Amazon and put links or something like that there. Uh, it would be nice to make a little bit off of my channel. I'll be honest with you. I wish this was what I was doing instead of like sometimes a job that I do. But such is the fate of life. So we all work, we all and come home and do that type of thing. It does. It marks all your videos. No, I don't normally use foul language, but sometimes it comes out. Like there are times that has slipped. I try not to. What is Patreon? Well, Patreon is something that is controversial. I don't think it is so much anymore. It used to be, but Basically, it's a website that people can go on and can, like, if they want to, can support, like, can do a pledge and support, like, a YouTuber or a content maker or an artist or something like that. What am I doing? Trying really hard to figure it out. I started up my Patreon during my 31 days of live horror, where I went 31 days in a row of October of doing live horror. Holy crap. I'm not going to lie, by the time the 31 days were over, I was pretty wiped. But when you have something like that, kind of like kicking the butt every day to say, okay, there's people dependent on you to get out there and do this. You do it, and you do it, and you make sure that you try to do it to the best of your ability. 30 Days of Christmas Horror. I'm not going to do 30 Days of Christmas Horror, though I did promise you some holiday horror, so we are going to be getting some holiday horror here in the channel here this month. I do put links in some of my live videos. I'm pretty bad at it. I'm not good at, like, I'm very horrible at what's the word I'm looking for? I'm super horrible at at promoting myself with stuff. I don't know if I come across or not, but I feel it makes me feel self-conscious at times. Although my better half's like, do it, be proud of what you do, that type of thing. She watches my videos. She says, like, you don't really like say it enough, but and that's true. I can be kind of shy, and when it comes to that type of stuff, it's the Canadian in me where we were kind of like that. Oh, you watched Christmas Evil? Nice. Did you like the ending? Is that not the most Christmassy ending of all time? Do you have the arrow? I don't have that yet. No, actually, it's noticeable now. Yeah, it's the Canada part of me. I did. 13 Footman's got a great channel, Dave. Well, I didn't have thousands. I was able to get 3 originally, and at the end of the day, I got a. Oh no, Willis Screedia. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, okay. I don't get the concept. Well, I guess maybe I have to up your viewership or something like that. But isn't that the wrong way to do it? I don't have a large channel, and I struggled my butt off to get to kind of a point. Okay. So that's the one with, like, the. I hate talking to channel, like, had, like, there was kind of like a beef between. 13 Women has a great channel, Kathy. You should check it out. He has a lot of like interviews with, like, actual, real kind of like horror stars and that too. He's interviewed like Dee Wallace a few times. But yeah, I think him and was it Lee? Lee had like well, he had like something against like Lee, who seems to be a really nice guy. I've always been a fan of, like, the like Lee, a lot of stuff that Lee Mackay has done. Killer Flicks, it was called, I think. This is the group. Actually, I love Serial at Midnight. I thank you, Ellen. Serial at Midnight is one of those guys that I watch, and that's Heath. And I actually spoke with him a couple of times. I'd love to actually do a crossover with him sometime. I'd love to do a few crossovers, actually. But he's been very supportive of my channel. So and he has a bigger channel than mine. I do appreciate that. When 13 Days of Westerns. I don't know if I get 13 Days of Westerns. Dude, Ricky, you're getting some deep cuts here. I like this. Like, keep an eye on Ricky's comments, guys, if you like Giallo and you want to like get some deep cut Giallo stuff here. Because, yeah, there's some really cool. I think I'm a little too smart for a wet movie one. But I do appreciate. Would if I was in the area, I'm sure. Like, he seems nice enough that I could probably cross over in the video. 31 days of Vinegar Syndrome. That's something I could do in the future. Though I'll be honest with you guys, doing 31 days of anything, there's a bit of insanity to that. I did not realize. I did not realize the harshness that would that it was going to take. Oh, there you see. Have potential crossovers here. Maybe I'll make next year the year of the crossovers. I'll do some stuff. Insanity makes me stronger. I will say that I think. Oh no, Wet Movie One's still around. I think that making the 31 Days of Live Horror definitely, in my opinion, made the channel better, and a little bit better at what I do. I hope anyway. It's still a learning process. I sat back and I watched one of my videos with my better half. I cringe when I watch my own stuff, but she wanted to watch it, and she wanted to kind of like give me pointers and tips and stuff like that. It's probably a spoof video. I can't see him like quitting. But and she's like, okay, when you're talking to the camera, when you're answering people's questions, paraphrase what they're saying so that if somebody comes in later on in the video, it doesn't look like you've just gone insane and you're just talking to yourself, which I think pretty good summation of a way to improve the channel a bit. You watch your first Black Friday video, the movement. Have you ever sat back and like watch? We all go a little insane, mad sometimes. Sat back and watch early videos. It's hard for me to go back and watch myself on video. Cool dude. He seems pretty cool. I mean, cool. I don't know. Like, I don't really know. I watch some cool duder stuff. I got a lot of marbles missing. Obviously, look at the movies I watch. Like, like seriously, look at the movies I watch. Yeah. Woman's Torment, Incubus, two of my favorite films. Black Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. Not like Casablanca, not Citizen Kane, Black Christmas. Obviously, I'm not the most normal person out there, and I own that. You know what I think real insanity is? Like, you want to get like deep here? I want to get like super deep. Insanity, when you hit insanity, is that point in your life when you actually hit pure sanity. And what the world is really like kind of hits you, and it's scary. Look at that. Just bear with me for a second there. You guys are lucky there. You didn't. I had like a little bit of a troll thing there, and it didn't show up on the screen because I didn't show it to you guys. So, oh, there it is. There you are. So So the person is going in and like doing things over and over again and doing the same message and blah 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 blah. So I think we all know. Well, some of us know who the troll is anyway. Have I seen Society? No, they're not kids. They're grown ass adults that should know better. And I think 30th Wolfman, you know who they are. Let the shunting begin. Oh no. I can tell you right now, he has a channel on it that's kind of popular for some people. Some of you actually see him. So that's and his first name is mentioned on here tonight, so that's who it is. Hey Michelle, welcome. You just missed the troll. Great timing. This here is one of the glories of my collection. This is the Arrow limited edition of Society. And if you've never seen this film, you kind of got to see this film. It is all sorts of glorious. And this edition, which I hope you own, if you don't, pick it up in any way that you can. But if you can get this edition, then get this edition, because Society is this really cool, really like unique film with Billy Warlock, who I guess is most famous for like Baywatch and like Days of Our Life, stuff like that. That movies with pinball machines. I don't actually, but I remember. What's even cooler is, see, Society is kind of open-ended with what it does and what it shows. However, back in the day, there was a sequel to Society. Now, the sequel was not made as a film, it wasn't a TV series, it wasn't a direct-to-video. No, they made a comic book sequel, direct sequel to Society. And just to kind of put it out there, when Arrow put out Society in its limited edition, they included this, and this is the complete comic book sequel to Society. So you can watch the movie, enjoy the special features, and say, man, I'd like to get more. I'd like to have more of it. Morning Blue, Cool Blue, and you got it. This is the sequel to the film, and it's actually really kind of fun. I guess you could kind of call it a digibook. Not, but a digibook really is like what is one of those where it's kind of a hard case type thing. This is the comic book sequel to Society, and as well, I guess if you find the comic somewhere, I can't remember what company put out the comic. Let me just see. Rough Cut Press, Rough Cut Comics apparently put it out originally, but for the longest time, I looked for this comic for like a long time because I'd heard that it was something that was out there. I had no way to get it. Until this came along. And as for like on the inside, the other feature for people that are interested in Society, I'm actually really surprised, Michelle, because that like totally is like your thing, man. It's a 2-disc edition. Of course, it had the kind of the limited edition, like the Society thing, that they happy shunting. And there was a booklet there as well. And if you've never seen Society and you think, well, that looks kind of uniquely grotesque. Oh, it is. It is a grotesque body horror type of film. That's exactly what Society is. But it's a glorious film. Same art as Steelbook, yeah. And the art card that I got with mine was The Blind Woman's Curse. I think we got another troll. How sad is it that you have to keep making channels? What is the black box set? Which one? This one here? That's the all of the Halloween films. They need better hobbies or lives. Oh, it's going to happen every once in a while. I know who it is. Should I be flattered that somebody's spending that much time and making that many and just having to come in and make it? To my left. I'm ambidextrous. Oh, over here? Which one? This is It's Alive. This is Critters. This is the Amityville set. Oh, it's pretty easy what a troll is. A troll is a person that comes on and just like has, you know, and just spouts crap and it really doesn't like give anything into a conversation. Danville set. Ah, this one. This is gloriously fun. And I recommend it. By the negative comments. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way, Kathy. Yeah, I recommend the Amityville set. I really do. It's a gorgeous set. Vinegar Syndrome are clearly doing like some great stuff with the sets. But I'm very, very excited. After seeing this and seeing what they got done with the Angel trilogy, I'm super excited to see what they come out with next. You're right, I should totally get some DVDs. You're a bad troll. Oh, it's so hard sometimes. I need. Where the heck's got the wrench? I need them in there sometime. I need to give the wrench at somebody. I figured how I did that. Hey, Chris, welcome. I am well. We got rid of some trolls who will probably be back under another name, but the indicator sets. I still have a few left to get. I don't have the Marlene and Dietrich one, and I still don't have the Bloody Terror one. Though, did you notice that Scream Factory is releasing Inseminate, the other Norman J. Warren film? Isn't it weird that, like most of the Norman J. Warren films, actually he has a wrench. I don't know how he got it, but that's why nobody else has one. I don't think. I guess. Well, I guess they because you guys actually like movies. And that's the thing. I don't attract the ladies to my channel. Alas. Volume 4, I actually getting that for Christmas. I bought that one like months ago. But it still hasn't come. And It's supposed to be here next week, but I'm not allowed to see it till Christmas. Well, Christmas for us is going to be the 18th. My better half is going away on the 19th. Well, actually, she's going away next Monday for work. And then she's gone for a week, and she comes back, I think, on that Saturday. And then she's home for a few days, and then she goes again on the 18th to back to Morocco. Till and I kind of go with her on the. I don't go with her. Hey, Kubrick Glover, dude, you got the wrenchy thing. If you see any like trolls come in spouting negative stuff, I don't know how that works, but you just block them for me, will you? Because I've had that issue tonight. Tokyo Gore, please. I think I got that here somewhere. Oh, you totally have to. You haven't pulled the Gore on any like indicators? The Gore. Oh. You haven't pulled the trigger on the indicator? Dude, which one would you get first? 13th Wolfman. I'm going to ask you this right now. What would be your first indicator set if you were to pick one up? Because I'm curious. It's been a long time since I took a Gore, please. William Castle set. See here. I will convince you. So, this right here has The Tingler, which is actually a really freaking good film. 13 Ghosts. This is an indicator set. Indicator is a company. Powerhouse Indicator is a company from the UK that put out some of the best sets. As soon as I figure out if I gave out a wrench in the first place, yes, Carlito, you probably can. Now, this has about a 100-minute documentary on William Castle. This entire filmography, his life. It's amazing. An indicator set also has some great like artwork and stuff on the inside. Just kind of more of the poster stuff. So this is like the Tingler, like they have like different stuff. Do I have the limited edition of Birth Crystal Plumage? I think I do have that, don't I? I'm pretty sure. Did you just come over here to drill on over my movies, Michelle? I thought I had it. Cat o' Nine Tails. I know I got that. I could have sworn I had Bird. Guys, do I have Birth Crystal Plumage? Are you telling me I don't have it? Like the limited edition? I could have sworn. Well, I'll have to look for it. I do have like, I got the old edition of that one too. I thought I did, but I can't seem to find it right now. Like I can find everything. I got With Non High, Videodrome, Shock Treatment, The Thing, Last House on the Left, Bloodbath, Stray Cat Rock, Cat o' Nine Tails. Sorry, Michelle, I disappoint today. I'm sorry. Like, thank you, Cubic Lover. It's the same one. I think you know who it is. Is that your Cubic Lover? I'm pretty sure you know who it is. If not, I'll tell you offline sometime. Because they want to give them like, what's the word? I like that. Thank you. I have no idea how you got the wrench, but you definitely deserve it. Oh, not ammunition so much as I don't want to give them any like publicity. Am I a fan? Yes, your westerns, spaghetti westerns, definitely over regular westerns. I like them both, but I prefer. Oh, I love Harry. That's one of my favorites actually. That's got like Charles Napier in it. Fiend is awesome too. Fiend, like if you haven't checked out Fiend, Michelle, have you checked out Fiend? Hmm? Because you know it's a must know. Sergio Sergio Leone stuff is fantastic. Like Lucio Fulci actually did a really okay. Hold on a second. Let's just see where I put it at because I moved my stuff around. Okay. Don Dohler. Glorious by film by Don Dohler. Yes, yes. It has an extra film on it. Oh, this is so cool. You want to see the inside cover? Fulci does have a thing with ducks, actually. I think he made me scared of Donald Duck one point. This has an extra film hidden on it. It's as good as this film can look. And if that doesn't get you, look at the special effects here. Anthropophagus. I don't have Anthropophagus, actually. I have the sequels, the semi-sequel, Absurd. I did have Anthropophagus at one point, only on DVD. I've got to get the Blu-ray down the road. But yes, if you like Fiend, or if you haven't checked out Fiend, and you've checked out this movie right here, Night Beast, it's by the same guy. So these are both Don Dohler films. This one is by Masker Video, great slipcover by the way, and this one here is by Vinegar Syndrome. I would like to see like a resurgence of Don Dohler stuff. The Alien Factor is another one I like to see put out on Blu-ray. Do I have Ard the Duck? No, I do not. I should though, because I've seen it on like for really cheap. Hey, Dungeon, welcome. We coming from Severin? Does that have the soundtrack? Hey. What we got here again now? No, Don did not do spookies. I know who that is now, by the way. I know exactly who that is now. Oh, don't worry, they're blocked. But they'll come in under another name because it came under like 5 already. But the way that I see it, guys, I am. If I'm that stuck in somebody's head, they might as well be paying me rent. Am I though? Am I though? Let's just see. I don't know. Night Beast is his most like kind of his most commercial one. But Blood Mania is kind of cool too. Blood Mania. What's it called? Is it Blood Mania? Blood Massacre. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet. It's been a long time since I've seen Blood Massacre. Dude, I've made it. Trolls. That's the top of the heap right there. Hey, Curie Clever? This dude is like super on the whole religious side too. Not even joking. Oh, it's the same person. Well, or the same couple of people. Thank you guys. These don't usually get to me, but every once in a while, especially lately. Lately, it's been a rough time for me, guys. To be totally honest with you, there's been some stuff going on that's been hectic. So yeah, uh, of all times, now's not the time. Have I seen Alien Factor? Yes. Let's get back to films. I think I have Alien Factor here. I'm just trying to check. So let's just see. There is Dark Universe, the Cremator. Let's go over here. I am fairly certain that I have it down here. I'll show you guys in a second if I can find it. Just watch me. I make a liar of myself now, but not being able to find it. I think I got it from Retro Media, actually. Well, it is here somewhere. And Alien Factor was a Retro Media release. Oh, I love Buck Rabanza. Hey, Mary. Troll's a fantastic film. I actually really do like it. Troll 2 is a, kind of so bad it's good type of movie. I haven't seen the cinematic Titanic version of Alien Factor, actually. I haven't seen a lot of cinematic Titanic. I got to rewatch it because the ones that I've seen in cinematic Titanic, I didn't really. I had to get used to the format. This is a genuine classic. I love the director behind it and the director writing team. Actually works on a lot of stuff. Cinematic Titanic. Oh, what message? Did I miss a message there somewhere? Is it gone now? Cinematic Titanic is when. Remember Mystery Science Theater 2000? Well, the second guy, he went and did riff tracks, and the first guy, Joel, he did Cinematic Titanic. It's basically the same type of thing. That's just done in a different way. In Cinematic Titanic, they get on their silhouettes on a ship, and they kind of like there's usually a few of them. There could be up to like 5 or 6 of them actually doing it. For your likes, thank you so much. Guys, I truly appreciate that. Let's see I'm seeing what I'm missing here. A movie made completely because they was mad at her vegan friends. Is that really what it was made for? Fistful of Diamond. I like it. It's been a while since I've seen it though. That's the killer part. That's the yeah. That's your favorite Western? Hey, Scholar. It's been an interesting and trying night, Scholar. But I'm just about done with it. Truly am. Oh yeah, and it's the same people over and over again. And it's been years. It's been years. So, sorry, Michelle. At 82 minutes, I don't know how to make mods, or I really would. I got to figure that out. Brian, you've done awesome tonight for this, by the way. I really appreciate it. I shall be cheered up. Don't worry. Whew. It's easy. I got to, you really think all I got to do is Google. That's what I should do. It's just use Google. You, Kathy, you are awesome people. Not my fans. You're my group. You're my friends, and I appreciate it. Because if you're my fans, then I'm your fans, and that's the way it goes. That's the truth of it. Thanks, Dale. I appreciate that. Oh, just goes to the next to the name. You click that. I wonder if that's how I did yours by accident. Like that could be it. I hold my thing, like this, right? And if I'm talking, and maybe I'm holding it down. Oh, that's cool. See, I'm learning new things. I am not, contrary to popular belief, not exactly the most tech savvy person in the world. That is true, and I'm the person that that fixes all of my stuff, my family stuff. Poor family. Whenever I go to my dad's, there's always something like computer-wise that I do, whether it's getting the Plex stuff set up for him, or when he used to have the computer, getting the computer stuff done. But Ha! There we go again. I'll put it to you this way. Yeah, he really is. And in reality, this person, this person is. And so are his friends. I had fun with it. I mean, like, I've seen Barracuda. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember. I can't order anything for till probably next year, Kathy. Uh, yeah. I wasn't joking before. I said things have been like hitting stairs, but we had a bit of a couple of rough patches. But you know, at the end of the day, the way that I see it, uh, no, because when you got to, people come on and they put stuff out there, and you got to prove it, and I don't have the time for that. Like, and they'll just start up another thing again. But thanks, Mary. Here's trolls. No, yeah, the troll said stuff that's more personal. Uh, so I know who they are. Uh, they've mentioned names from like a long time back. But yeah, and the way I see it, like if I'm lucky enough to get to come home to my better half. Uh, how do I mind you up? Did I do it? I think I did it. I tried, Carlito. I think it. I'm not sure it did work. I did what Cubic Lover said to do. Yeah, the only reason I get the hammer set because it's coming from last year. What I was trying to say is that I'm lucky enough that I get to come home, uh, sit down, and watch TV with my better half. I'll just click on the thing beside it and put and press the run sheet, the mod thing, make moderator. So that's what I did. I hope that worked. Thanks. Not sure which one you got that one, but whoever it was, thank you. Yeah, it's getting too far now, guys, and I don't want to bring you guys down with these people. I get to come home to my better half, and we get to sit down and relax and be with the cats and stuff like that. And that's at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to be able to, no matter what's going on outside or the outside influences, work, stress, all that type of stuff. You want to be able to come home and watch a movie, hold somebody's hand, and oh God, I sound so mushy. I'm so sorry, but that's true. That's the thing, right? With a spite. Oh, that just may be comment of the night. I'm so kind of looking forward to going to Morocco. It's been years since I've been there, uh, and I kind of want to do some video while I'm there. I don't know if we're gonna have like the really good internet while I'm there or not. If we do, I'm gonna try and make a video from there. Now, understand we don't have all the stuff in the, in the house and in the place yet. Obviously, we're not moved over. But thank you, Brian. But I'm gonna try and get something there. Even if I gotta like just tape some stuff and like kind of edit it into like a video. I want to show you guys. When I started this channel a few years, when I started a few years after, I've been on this channel. I'm doing this for about 8 years now. I did go to Morocco years ago, and I did like a couple small videos from there at the time. One of me actually looking petrified on a camel. Uh, and I completely gotta. I know one thing: camels are tall. They scare the crap. My kids were fantastic riding the camel, but this video on me, like my better half took me on a camel, and I look scared. If you see the video ever on here, it's like only like 30 seconds long or something like that. You will see a petrified me on a camel. So that's something to check out. That's my better. She's good. I mean, like, she's she's going to be seeing her family soon. So that's always good. She got to see her family for a bit, and there's it's reasons we got to go back to Morocco to get some stuff done, and take care of family. There's going to be like a sister reunion. That's why she's going for Christmas. I haven't seen the documentary, but I have seen I got For Your Eyed Only here. I think it's been over. It's going on like 9 years now. I think 2011 was late 2011 I started. I didn't do a lot of stuff, and I just at the time I was just doing it to kind of like for like family and stuff, to kind of hoping that they'd see it, and maybe some of my friends from back in the day. Actually, Ellen, that's actually a nice idea. I think that my youngest is going to be coming and visiting me during at least part of Christmas, because he has to work, but he's going to try and get a couple of days off to come, like for a couple of days during Christmas, where I'm going to be on my own for a bit. And I appreciate it. Actually, you probably don't, because you've probably been watching me right now, Michelle, because like there was no like mic or any of that type of stuff, and there was like really early stuff. I had like I had an iPhone 4, and then I went to using like I think it was a Samsung Galaxy, till finally the iPad. Wing wing. Thank you, Brian. I can honestly say that if I was ever to meet, if this person was ever to meet me in real life, they would run. The troll is a channel. Night Owl. Yes, I was actually mentioning that earlier, and I got distracted. Uh, Well, honestly, that troll could get his ass beat. I know it is, then he could get his ass beat by me. You realize somebody's actually had to make up, in all seriousness, over 10 accounts just to come on here? Every time. I like that. Thanks, Boredom. I appreciate that. All right. You mean wait till the last minute and then come in at the end? By the way, check out Savage Down if you haven't seen it. It's definitely one to check out. No, only on their own channel. Gives people this too cowardly to come in on their own channel, so I'd use some fake ones. Exactly. Thank you. You're right. Be better than that, right? Anyway, at 97 minutes, we've almost gone 100 minutes here. When I have to work in the morning at 10, by the way, and lately it's pretty much like going like it's nonstop right now. So, I'm Aaron. This is my movie library. You guys are the cult of cinema, and you rock. You really do. And nights like tonight, you make it even. You pull me through. You make it even better. Love you right back. All of you guys. Have a great night. And for me right now, yeah, it's time for tea.